You can listen to this practice wherever it is you find yourself today. You can be sitting down or laying down or even stretching and doing things if that's what you got to do. And hopefully wherever you're at when you listen, this will still be helpful to you in some way. If you want to listen to this in a still position, you can feel free to take all the time you need to arrive there and just let yourself fidget, adjust, stretch, or move in whatever ways feels good in your body, in your bones, muscles, and joints. And not thinking about the movements, but just letting your body move you in the ways that intuitively feel good. Just following those yummy sensations you might get with the neck rolls or cat-cow motions with the spine or side body bends. Or if what feels best to your body right now is stillness, then honoring that need for stillness. So, as I said, there's no rush whatsoever. You can continue to move, fidget, adjust yourself throughout this practice whenever you feel the need to. You're not ruining anything if you do that. But at any time, if you haven't already, you can come to a nice still position with the spine nice and straight. And if you're in a space where you feel safe and would like to, you can allow the eyes to gently close at any time if they aren't already. And now mark your arrival into your practice today, into your body today, with a full, intentional cleansing breath. As you welcome in a long and slow inhale in through the nose, and watch yourself fill up slowly to every corner and edge of you as you just hold that for a moment once you're full, to really experience this sense of fullness. And without straining as you need to, slowly let all of that go. Again, through the nose, exhaling bit by bit, and gently pulling the navel toward the spine at the bottom of your exhale to really push that last bit of stagnant air out of you as you again pause for a moment to now experience this sense of emptiness and allow your next breath to come to you as it's needed. So you can breathe just like this for as many rounds as feels good and helpful for you. Just exaggerating the 4 parts of your breath. So not worrying about the actual length of your inhales, exhales, and pauses on either side, but just letting them be exaggerated, whatever that means for you right now. So when the body naturally stops inhaling, seeing if you can open up your belly a tiny bit more to take in 1 more moment's worth of air. And when you would naturally roll over to the exhale, seeing if you can hold off on that for an extra moment than usual. And when you exhale, seeing if you can push that tiny bit more air out of you. And again, pausing before you turn over to the inhale for an extra moment as we just consciously and intentionally slow down the process of our breath. It's communicating to the nervous system that now is a time to slow down, to turn our attention inward. There's no rush whatsoever. You can keep breathing in this slow and exaggerated way for as long as it feels good. And at any point, if you haven't already, you can simply release this guidance over your breath altogether. And allow yourself to step almost back and up in the mind into the role of the observer or the witness. And seeing if you can simply witness the fact that your body is breathing, rather than having any direct influence over the rhythm or depth of your breath. But remembering how the breath is our one bodily function that can be either voluntary or automatic. So releasing that voluntary guidance and now observing the automatic process that is your body breathing you. Practicing seeing your body and its natural functions just as you would see any other force of nature out there. Not trying to change anything about what you are seeing, but simply seeing, observing. That same energy you might have when you are laying on the beach and just watching the waves roll up along the shoreline. Not trying to change anything about the speed or size of the waves, but just watching as they come and go. Without any of your doing, without any of your direction. Your body will breathe and function perfectly to keep you alive. Just letting your awareness now come to rest on your face. And even with the eyes closed, just seeing any expression that could be resting on your face right now. If you were to catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror, what expression is resting there? And what emotions could be communicated by this resting expression? And from that point of awareness, we are then allowed to choose to soften the muscles of the face. And now simply allow your jaw to hang into place. Allow your tongue to release from the roof of the mouth. Allow your lips to rest softly on one another. As you feel the chin soften a little bit more. The nostrils softening. And allow that sense of release to naturally spread outward and upward as you feel the cheeks relax a bit deeper. The ears softening. All those tiny little muscles along your lash line that scrunch up when you squint, even feeling those soften as the corners of your eyes just get a tiny bit wider, just with this release of tension. Your eyebrows and forehead softening as you allow the hairline to soften back just a bit. As you feel your forehead get wider and deeper. Maybe even seeing a depiction in your mind's eye of all the different muscles that exist in the face. If you imagine every single muscle that exists here, that has created every expression you've ever made. Seeing all of those muscles ungrip from the bones and letting them release back into the support of your skin. As you allow for this sense of stillness and acceptance with your face. And just trusting that when you let go, everything will be held exactly where it needs to be. Reminding yourself that this is not a thinking or a doing process, but one of listening, feeling. So even feeling your brain resting in the support of your skull. Feeling your shoulders become a little bit heavier and rest down and away from the ears. Just allowing for the full weight of your arms, of your hands. As you allow all the muscles across your abdomen to soften against the organs. And with each gentle breath that your body takes in, there's almost this hugging sensation of these muscles against the organs. Just letting your belly be totally soft. Letting your pelvic floor be wide and long into whatever surface is supporting you. As you just simply allow yourself to be heavy, to be big. Allow yourself to be held and supported by the earth that is beneath you. As you feel all the muscles across the legs to almost roll off of the bones. All the muscles in the feet and toes softening as well. As you just feel this overall sense of acceptance throughout the muscles of the body. Even if it's just for a split second. Feeling your body physically accept exactly where you are right now. Feeling yourself exhale into this moment. And even if there is an area within the body that is physically suffering right now, where there is an area of pain present, instead of trying to distract away or try to heal that area or shove love and light on top of the pain that we feel, you can instead fight that urge to distract away and instead focus fully on it. Allow yourself to feel the pain that you are feeling, to exhale into it with the knowledge that absolutely everything in this life is temporary, especially how we are feeling. Even when it feels like this is how we've always felt and how we always will feel, the one thing that we know to be true is that everything changes constantly. So we can know that those feelings of permanent feelings will never be true. And so it is safe for you to feel what is present in your body, to allow that pain to be noticed, allowing it to arise from you rather than shoving it deeper down. And allow for any emotional releases that needs to come. Allow yourself to cry, to scream or yell, to shake, whatever it is that your body needs from you. letting this be a time where you give your body exactly what you need. Maybe you are feeling really great right now, and allowing yourself to soak in all of that as well. Whatever it is that you happen to be feeling, whatever combination of good and bad stuff, let yourself feel it. Notice the urges to distract and run away. Maybe the mind dragging you to the past, thinking about regrets or anything at all that happened before this exact moment. Or maybe your mind's trying to be productive and multitask and plan for the day or week ahead. And just know that the moment you notice the mind is wandering, that action alone automatically brings you back into the role of the observer, which is where we try to stay for these healing practices. The one who is feeling, the one who is watching and experiencing all that you experience. The one that is beneath all of these layers that life creates for us. And so just let more and more of your awareness gradually come to rest on your heart. And really tune into this unique rhythm that is your own heartbeat. You can always place one or both hands on top of the heart to just encourage that feeling from the outside as well. And just syncing your awareness up with this steady rhythm that is your heartbeat. Remembering how this heart has been pumping life into you from before you were even breathing air, from the time you were in your mother's womb up to this exact moment. This heart has been working hard for you, pumping life and love into you. And this heart will continue to do so for as long as you are alive in this body. This is a pure gift of life. And there's nothing in particular that you have done to earn this heartbeat. There's nothing that you need to prove in order to justify you having this heartbeat. But the simple fact that this heart is beating within you, the simple fact that you are alive, is the proof of your worthiness of this life. The simple fact that you are here means that you are worthy to be here. And all of us will go through phases where we forget. And we feel like we are lacking love and appreciation, like we're lacking trust with ourselves or with the world around us. And just know that on a deep, deep level, beneath all the layers of fear and doubt and questioning that life puts onto us, there is a deep sense of trust. On a deep level, you do trust yourself. it is safe for you to trust yourself. And trusting your own body and your own instincts. Knowing that we will make mistakes throughout life. And we often will have to veer off of our path in order to see where the path actually is, the path that we want to travel forward. Learning about the things that we don't want is just as important, if not more important, than about learning the things that we do want. And so just be so kind to yourself, so patient with yourself, wherever you are in your life journey right now. And just know that you are exactly where you need to be, even if it doesn't feel like it. The fact that you are here at this stage of your life, at this time, means that that's where you need to be. And it doesn't mean that it's a good thing, it's a good place to be. It doesn't mean that you have to like it or agree with it. It just means that you acknowledge what is reality. You do not need to agree with your circumstances in order to accept them. Accepting simply means that you acknowledge what is, which is the first necessary step in any real change. And it is possible for you to simultaneously acknowledge and accept where you are in your life, who you are right now, and at the same time have goals and aspirations to be somewhere different. And just trust that you are already on your way to where you want to be. And the small daily actions that you take that best reflect the voice within you will get you where you want to be. And it will be a crazy ride. It will have a lot of ups and downs, but you will get there. And you are already at a place that you once dreamed of being. And so just give yourself some credit for getting to this point that you're at right now. All of the pain and suffering that you've had to endure just to be here is worth recognizing. And you are allowed to give yourself credit just for being alive right now. Because it is not easy. An analogy I thought of once that can be helpful if you're having trouble feeling your feelings or moving on from certain feelings is the quote that is, "Every storm runs out of rain." And we know this to be true. We know that storms don't last forever. And it's the same thing with our emotional storms that we experience. Sometimes it'll be weeks or months of rain and clouds, but it will come to an end. And sometimes I think about how analyzing why we're feeling bad and kind of overthinking is similar to a rain cloud that's trying to pass over us, but we're just running alongside it and looking up and trying to analyze it. Why is it here? Why is it raining? And just running along with it. And feeling our feelings and doing healing practices like this one is the equivalent of having a seat and letting the rain wash over your skin, feeling it. And before you know it, you look up and it has moved on because we're no longer running along with it. We're just having a seat and feeling it, trusting that the sun always comes back out. And the sun is always shining, even behind the clouds. And sometimes we just need a little break in the storm to remember that. But you are always shining as well, even beneath all the clouds of your emotions. You are there. You are bright, and you are whole and capable. And sometimes we are fully covered by clouds, and we don't feel that warmth or brightness. And other times it is a perfect, clear blue sky, and we feel totally whole and bright and connected. And there's nothing wrong with the sun when it's covered by some clouds. And there's nothing wrong with you when you are covered up with heavier emotions. It just means that you are human. It means that you are a part of this life. And everything in life moves through seasons of growth and expansion, as well as death and decay. And so you can simply allow yourself to be in whatever phase of life you are in. Just trusting, knowing that it is temporary. And so you can release any guilt you might feel for feeling good when you know that others are suffering. And you can also release any guilt you feel for feeling bad when maybe others are depending on you. And just know that it is temporary, and you will feel motivated once again. And sometimes all we need in order to move on to the next phase of feelings is to feel, to cry, to let our emotions out. And so you can just let some of your awareness come to the tips of your shoulders. You just imagine that there is a string on the tip of each shoulder that's being pulled in the opposite direction as you allow your collarbones to broaden and allow your heart to step forward and rest in this proud position toward the front of the body. And allow for a slight tuck of your lower rib cage and a slight tuck of your chin to really just encourage the full length of your spine, all the way up through the back of the neck and the crown of the head. And just feel proud to be in this body, in this life, and to be who you are. And be so proud of yourself for everything that you've been through just to get to this point. Knowing that it was not easy. And be so kind and patient with yourself as you move through any current struggles and future struggles. And know that you are strong enough. And so if it feels like something you'd like to do today, you can just let your hands find each other in a prayer position toward heart center. And really just feel this contact of your palms to one another, of your fingertips to each other. And feel all of this power that is generated through you. All this love and strength that is in your heart is in your hands as well. And your hands have the power to create what is on your heart, to heal through the love that is in your heart. This heart is your direct line of connection to the source that all of life comes from, whatever you believe that to be. And so you do not need anyone else to translate this connection. That this is a personal one through your own body, through your own heart. You have a connection to this infinite supply of love and life. And you are allowed to reflect that and share that with the world around you, in whatever way that shows up in your life. And so you can welcome in a final deep and full breath into the body, and just let yourself fill up to every corner and edge of you. And as you exhale, letting go of anything you're ready to let go of, as you allow the head to gently bow. And just taking this moment to bow to the source of energy that allows all of our hearts to beat, whatever you believe that to be. And bowing to everyone else in this space who has listened and completed this practice right alongside you. And finally, bowing to yourself for choosing to show up today and taking the time out of your busy life for this pure act of self-love and self-care. And may this act continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights. And may you bring the same love and understanding to everything you do and to everyone that you see. Thank you.